What's good, YouTube? We back at it. We back with Zach. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Do me a favor, like if you do. If you don't, I'm sorry. Tell me how to do better. Comment down below if you have comments, if you have recommendations, if you have whatever you want to see me do. I'm happy to do it. And subscribe. Subscribe. We back with some Ren. We got Ren, Chinchilla, chalk outlines. I don't know that anybody recommended this. It just literally popped up when I clicked on YouTube. I've been doing a lot of Ren lately, so it's telling me to do this one. So when YouTube talks, I listen because they're always right. Cheers to YouTube. There's nothing smug about that at all. I don't know what this song's about. It says it's live. We got books. Okay. Or mail. All sorts of packages. I don't know. All sorts of shit going on the shelf there. We go. Hold on. Make sure my volume's good here. Okay. That? It's almost like he's in a deserted like library or like if those are old packages, maybe like an old storage. And then you got like the lights flickering. But that noise, it's like this weird kind of cold, windy vibe, like to sort of like it's ghostly almost like they have that shit in like horror movies where it's just to depict the level of desertion because it's sort of like white noise. Like, yes, just in case you didn't know that this is empty and scary, get a load of this. You're in a fucking wind tunnel even though you're inside in a building. Chalk outlines, obviously the name of this. Chalk outline on pavement. Chalk outline is usually depicts a dead body at a crime scene. Most of you guys know that. I don't need to explain that, but in case you didn't, I don't know, different countries might use tape. I don't fucking know. Ash, a fucking colored pencil. We got an electric guitar. Most of the time I see him on acoustic.
I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning.
I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. So we're unhappy, and you can see like he's so good at this. Like he adds an element of theatrics and acting into his performances, where right away like you saw pain in his face, like right where you look at his face.
Hope that I'm someone else in the morning.
It's like perfectly representative of what he's saying.
So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. Then walk around in the floating chalk outline. Walk around, wash it down and
What do you say? Take.
so take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine.
So take this one, wash it down, you'll be fine, and walk around in floating chalk outlines.
Walk around in a floating chalk outline.
Interesting, because a chalk outline is usually fixed, because the body at that point doesn't move. But you could take that in a sense of what he just said, which is, I hope that I wake up somebody else. So dying and, you know, waking up as somebody else, or dying in sort of like a reincarnate type of way, or, you know, maybe he means like walk around and floating, like sort of morphing, or back to that sort of like ghostly vibe, morphing into something that he's sort of striving to be.
So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, balanced on my toes so I can breathe.
That's strong right there. So in the so ghost, let it be. In the gallows on my toes, so let it be. So the gallows, where you hang from a noose, but if you're on your toes, you're sort of fighting for your life until they kick that bucket out.
But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile.
I want to take that apart real quick.
If not push it, but little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down.
He could be referring. He said little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down. He could mean like pushing back down, like from his toes, what he just referred to, back down onto that platform. Maybe push it back down into his heels so he's a little bit more stable, or pushes the actual thing back down so that he's now loose on the noose.
With a new habit, if not for long.
So back to what I just said, into new habits, like sort of now talking about kind of morphing into. I'm stopping a lot. I'm just trying to pick apart what he says. Y'all have heard the song. I'll link the link below if you want me to not stop so much. But I'm trying to understand. I've never heard the song before, so.
With a new habit, if not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile.
Interesting. So not for long, if just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. So back to the sort of the dying aspect of it, bury myself, right? But bury myself with a great big smile. But he says, but little by little, bit by bit. And he says if just for a while, however you phrase that, just for a second, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. So almost like he's referring to kind of putting on a fake face or a fake smile, either for himself and his own satisfaction or for those around him or others.
Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Interesting how they time the light flicker there, with lights going in and out. You know, it's reminiscent, you know, of the light of life, and the dark of death, going in and out. I'm gonna go back to his chorus right there real quick.
Oh my, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Did he say erase ourselves or race ourselves?
Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Sertraline and a sip of serotonin. Don't cry, 'cause there's a pill for everything.
Don't cry, because there's a pill for everything. By the way, I haven't seen much of her. She got some nails on her. It's true. They got pills for everything. That's and that's how you have big pharma and stuff. They got to make their money. It's what our government's based largely on.
Take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine.
And assuming Ren wrote this, it's so real to like the context of his life. Take this, wash it down, you'll be fine. Don't worry, there's a pill for everything. Just keep taking this shit, even though for the most part you didn't even need to, right?
Take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine.
A great voice on her.
The feeling goes, and you draw a joke outline.
So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I'm balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, erase ourselves. It's such a perfect day. Take it just in case. Take it just in case. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. All things change.
I'm scared of being okay because all things change. All things change. One thing I wanted to kind of touch on. It's interesting how he started alone. She wasn't even in sight, right? And then once the song started building, there was this companionship there. But they're still sort of in the same place, right? And they're talking about it's a powerful line, like erase ourselves to these chalk outlines. Like erase the outlines is like a reinvention of yourself, or a reinvention into something else, right? Upon a death, and just depending on whatever book you believe in or whatever you study, wherever your soul may go and whatnot. But that's a little bit deeper. I'm not sure if he's going there, but maybe he is. But can we just give credit to the vocal performances by both of them in this? Wow.
'Cause all things change, all things change. It's such a perfect day, it's a beautiful shade, it's a beautiful shade. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. But little by little, bit by bit, I'll push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my.
Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Wow, that's as real of a song. Their ability to harmonize, and she's playing with different keys there, but was really good. Was really on point. He kind of stayed his course like he was supposed to, but it's still fantastic. And she's going over the top with her highs, but that was great. A lot of meaning to unpack there. I think at its core for me, like it's obviously you're starting at a dark place. It's just the idea of realizing or coming to a way of reinvention, however that looks, whether it be sort of fuck it, dust it off, and buy another, right? create a new, um, either become a new person, death to the last, or create a, a new, more kind of successful vehicle for your own person, um, with respects to, what you've been through. But and they touched on his, what a lot of this, obviously I'm assuming this is written by Ren, because this a lot of this is sort of touched on what he's been through, and a lot of the stuff he sings about with, his sickness, and just what he's dealt with, um, being kind of boxed in and, stuck for the majority of his life, and misdiagnosis and whatnot. But now that was crazy good. I got to think about that. Um, Really, really good. I like that. I like that song a lot. And again, it's you get different vibes to him. It's not a. I was trying to think about this, like, in the stupidest way possible too, because when you upload a video, right, you tag it with, like, I have different, like, for playlists and shit, YouTube, whatever. You tag it with a genre. So I'll tag artist, Tupac, genre, rap. Um, it's pretty easy to do, right? With Ren, like, I could click every box, because the shit he does, he sort of lives outside his boxes, and, like, I think I mentioned this in another video. Like, when he wakes up in the morning, he could just he's like, he's weaving in and out of these boxes, and he could just throw a dart at a genre. He might just actually do that. He'd, like, have a dartboard at his house with a different genre in a different box, and he's like, um, like, oh, you want me to do, an uppity show tune today, um, that's staged in the 1940s. Let's do that. Um, Very, very cool. I like this one a lot. Um, I'm gonna end it at that. I'm gonna try to keep my videos sort of shorter. Um, I used to go back to my beginning videos. I used to tell stories at the end of every one of them. They're all like 30, 35 minutes long, but the stories were gold. Um, because that was, usually I was a little intoxicated when I was filming, and I would just fucking rattle off, like, I don't drink anymore, but I would rattle off the dumbest shit. Anyways, if you comment down below with anything you want to see me do. And I'm gonna try to get to another couple of videos, before this weekend. I do take off, and I'm out all next week for my surgery. I'm talking to you like you're my boss. You're fucking camera. Um, but and subscribe, and I will. I'll try to diversify. I'm stuck in a Ren kick right now, so it's gonna be a lot of Ren until I get through. Like, I mean, he's got so much shit out there. Like, it's gonna take me forever to get through all of it. But I'm trying to knock out, well, what YouTube tells me to, and then what you guys tell me to, first, before I start, like, diving into, other random shit that none of us have seen, or, not a lot of us have, or whatnot, if that even exists. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Peace and love. I'm out.